Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is the 9th April 2025. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. Even before that, all of you please note we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. It is a highly expensive training course, but we are providing complete free training and all the training lessons are already available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. So to access all the training lessons, you click on the tab Posts. Some of you might be seeing the tab Community. Click on the tab. You get access to this post. This post is having a YouTube playlist link that will take you to all the training lessons. You can also go to playlist, click on the playlist. Here also you can click on view full playlist in supply demand zone price action. And third way is I have provided the link to this playlist in this video description. So from the video description also you can directly join in this playlist. So I'm clicking on the playlist. Now we are into supply demand zone price action course YouTube playlist. I kept all the training lessons in this playlist. You need to start our training from lesson 1.1 that is available at the bottom of the page. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are placed in an order. So please go through all these lessons one by one, but according to my training instructions. That is very, very important. If you want to be a very good independent trader, you must follow all my training instructions. I kept all my training instructions at our Telegram channel. I provided the link to our Telegram channel in this video description. So join at our Telegram channel. In the Telegram channel, top of the window, you can find pinned messages. Go to the pinned messages. One of the messages are having all the training instructions. So learn this course according to those training instructions. Then you will become a very good independent trader in the coming months time period. Okay, now let's get into report generation with the help of NeoStock software. Okay, first I'm going to find NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain, starting with NIFTY monthly time frame. I'm generating monthly supply demand zone chain. So this is NIFTY monthly supply demand zone chain. And in all the supply demand zone chain reports, always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones. And look into the pierced column to find the pierced zones. And always look into LTF trend to find the trend of the current time frame you have selected. And also I'm giving you only few seconds time to watch the report. So I request you pause the video, study the report and then only move on to the next reports. So please remember these rules. Okay, I'm going back. Generating weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Serial number 22 is the nearest demand zone to the current closing price. So let me put it in the center so that you can identify equal number of demand and supply zones. Okay, next 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. All are supply zones. I'm scrolling the list down. Serial number 34 is having nearest demand zone, keeping it in the center. Okay, next 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. All are 5 minute supply zones. I'm scrolling the list down. Here also you have all supply zones, and here serial number 53 is the nearest demand zone to the current closing price. Let me put it in the center. Okay, this is a 5 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. So we have completed the Nifty supply demand zone chain generation. Next we will generate Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. Going back, changing the name Nifty 50 to Nifty Bank. Nifty Bank is nothing but Bank Nifty. And monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, weekly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, daily supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Serial number 23 is the nearest 5 minutes demand zone. Let me adjust in the center. Okay, this is a Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. With this, we have completed both Nifty and Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. Next, we will generate bullish and bearish trade setups, starting with the bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, entry time frame daily, entry zone, demand zone, bullish or bearish at daily. I'm selecting bullish. Zone achievement, violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 12. With these filters, we got 10 stocks. Currently, these 10 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. And all the entry time frame zones are daily demand zones. All these are all daily demand zones. Supply zones are only for target point of view. Entry point of view, you have to use daily demand zone, and you have to use fine-tuned daily demand zones for planning your trade setups. That you have to do that. Okay, out of these 10, there could be some high probability trade setup supported zones might be available. We need to identify them based on zone confluence. First filter, LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is a daily and weekly demand zone confluence. So I am enabling that filter. Out of 10, we got 8 stocks. In all these 8 stocks, these daily demand zones are overlapped with weekly demand zones. And the weekly trend is up in all these stocks. So if weekly demand zone is having a weekly EMA confluence, the overlapped daily demand zone might be having more high probability to get success. Let's filter that. So EMA confluence at weekly time frame, because daily is overlapped with weekly. So we are checking weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. Anyway, weekly trend is uptrend. So let's filter. Now we got 4 stocks. So these 4 daily demand zones might be having more high probability to get success. But 4th one is a pierced demand zone that should be used only for pierced zone related strategies. Definitely not DIT, monthly income trade, you should not use it. Okay, this is about LTF, ITF and ITF EMA confluence. Next, we will filter based on LTF, ITF and also HTF, demand zone confluence. Removing EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First filter is already enabled. Next, daily with monthly demand zone confluence and weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 3 stocks. In these 3 stocks, these daily demand zones are overlapped with weekly demand zone. Again, both together overlapped with monthly demand zone. And monthly trend is up in all the 3 stocks. So if monthly demand zone is having monthly EMA confluence in any of these stocks, then there could be even more high probability trade setups to get success. So EMA confluence at monthly time frame, because daily and weekly together part of the monthly zone. So I am checking monthly demand zone having monthly EMA confluence. Anyway, all those 3 stocks are having monthly trend uptrend. Let's filter. We got all the 3 stocks. That means these 3 are having even more high probability to get success. See, GMR airport is already tested once. And even it reached its pierced zone, target zone. So excellent, right? That means already GMR port has given you 12% return it has given. Amazing. Previously, it might have got this zone is tested already. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, we will look into bearish trade setup monthly income trade. In bearish trade setup monthly income trade, entry time frame daily, entry zone, supply zone, bullish or bearish trade setup at daily time frame, I am selecting bearish, zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd and hands score 12. Let's filter. We got 11 stocks. These 11 stocks are at present supporting bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. And entry time frame zones are daily supply zones. We have 11 daily supply zones are there. Out of these 11 daily supply zones, how many are having even more high probability to get success? We need to identify those stocks. That is a daily and a weekly supply zone confluence, first filter. So in the supply zone confluence, Daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got all the 11 stocks. That means in all these 11 stocks, these daily supply zones, all these daily supply zones are overlapped with weekly supply zones. And weekly trend is down in all these stocks, ITF trend. And if weekly supply zone is having weekly EMA confluence, then the overlapped daily supply zone inside weekly is having even more high probability to get success. Let's filter those stocks. In the EMA confluence at weekly time frame, because daily is overlapped with weekly, so we are checking weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence. Anyway, weekly trend is a downtrend. Out of 11, we got 10 stocks. So at present, these 10 stocks are having even more high probability to get success, especially these 10 supply zones. But they are based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence, and also ITF EMA confluence. Next, we have to look into LTF, ITF and even HTF supply zone confluence supported stocks. So I am removing this EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence, 3 stocks we have to filter. The first filter is already enabled. We need to set 3 filters. First filter is already enabled. Second filter, daily supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. Third filter, weekly supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 6 stocks. In these 6 stocks, daily supply zone overlapped with weekly supply zone. All these daily supply zones are overlapped with weekly supply zone. And both together again overlapped with monthly supply zone. And monthly trend is sideways in all these stocks. So sideways trend, we don't look for EMA confluence. It won't give any advantage. But weekly trend, weekly confluence is there for all the stocks. So this is a bullish trade setup. This is a bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, we will look into weekly income trade supported stocks, bullish and bearish trade setups. So first, bullish trade setup, weekly income trade, entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone, demand zone, bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes. I am selecting bullish, and zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd and enhancer score 12, and also 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. So with these filters, we got 5 stocks. So this is a bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. And all the entry time frame zones are 75 minutes demand zones. So we got 5 75 minutes demand zones. Okay, out of these 5, how many are having more high probability to get success from these stocks? That we will filter based on the zone confluence. First filter LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is 75 minutes and daily demand zone confluence. I enabled the filter, and out of 5 stocks, we got all 5 stocks. So that means in all the 5 stocks, these 75 minutes demand zones are overlapped with daily demand zones. And also daily trend is up in all these stocks. If daily demand zone having a daily EMA confluence, then the overlapped 75 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability to get success. So let's filter. In the EMA confluence at daily time frame, I am checking daily demand zone having daily EMA confluence. And daily trend is uptrend in all the 5 stocks. Let's filter. We got 1 stock. So this 75 minutes demand zone might be having more probability to get success. Next, we will look into LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence supported stocks. That is 75 minutes daily and weekly demand zone confluence supported stocks. I removed EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First filter is already enabled. Next, 75 minutes demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence, and then daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF, demand zone confluence filters, we got only one stock. So in this stock, this 75 minutes demand zone overlapped with daily demand zone. Both together again overlapped with weekly demand zone. And the weekly trend, HTF trend, is up. If the weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence, then this overlapped 75 minutes demand zone might be having more high probability to get success. Let's filter. Let's check. In the EMA confluence weekly time frame, I am setting the filter. Weekly demand zone is having weekly EMA confluence or not. That stock is not filtered. So that is not having EMA confluence. Only HTF zone confluence is available. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, we will look into bearish trade setup weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone, supply zone, bullish or bearish trade setup. At 75 minutes, I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 12, and also the 75 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, I am selecting minimum value 0 and maximum value 0. So with these filters, we got 7 stocks. These 7 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade, and entry time frame zones are 75 minutes supply zones. We have 7 75 minute supply zones are available here. Out of these 7 75 minute supply zones, how many are having more high probability to get success? That we need to filter. That we will filter based on the zone confluence. First filter is LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is 75 minutes and daily supply zone confluence. So I am enabling this filter. With this filter, out of 7 stocks, we got 6 stocks. In all the 6 stocks, these 75 minutes supply zones are overlapped with daily supply zones. And also we should observe daily trend. ITF trend is a downtrend because it is bearish trade setup. So we can check EMA confluence on the daily time frame. If any of these stocks, daily supply zones having daily EMA confluence, then the overlapped 75 minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success. Let us filter. EMA confluence at daily time frame, checking daily supply zone having daily EMA confluence. We got 3 stocks. So these 3 75 minute supply zones might be having even more high probability to get success. But this is based on LTF, ITF supply zone confluence and also ITF, EMA confluence. Next, we will look into LTF, ITF and even HTF supply zone confluence supported stocks. I am removing EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence, we should set 3 filters. First filter is already enabled, 75 with daily. Next, 75 minute supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence, daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, out of 5 we got 2 stocks. Why I said out of 5? Earlier LTF, ITF we got 5 stocks. In that 5, again HTF we added. we got these two stocks. So in these two stocks, these 75-minute supply zones are overlapped with daily supply zone. Both together again overlapped with weekly supply zone. And also weekly trend is down in both the stocks. So that's why let us verify if weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence. In the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, I am checking weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence, because both the stocks trend is downtrend. So one stock is filtered. So this 75-minute supply zone is having even more high probability to get success. So this is about a bearish trade setup for a weekly income trade. Next we will look into daily income trade reports. We will generate daily income trade. First, bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes. Entry zone demand zone. Bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes time frame. I am selecting bullish. Zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum odd and enhanced score should be 12. And also 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 3 stocks. So these 3 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. And entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zones. Out of these 15 minutes demand zone, how many are having even more high probability to get success? Let us identify. The first one is LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is 15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone confluence. So I am enabling the filter. With this filter, out of 3, we got 2 stocks. So these 15 minutes demand zones overlapped with 75 minutes demand zone. And 75 minutes trend is uptrend in both the stocks. If 75 minutes demand zone having daily EMA confluence, then the stock might be having more high probability to get success. Stock means the zone. In the EMA confluence, at 75 minutes time frame, I am selecting 75 minutes demand zone is having daily EMA confluence. So none of those stocks are having 75 minute zones with daily EMA confluence. Okay, next we will look into LTF, ITF and even HTF confluence supported stocks. LTF and ITF confluence, we got 2 stocks. Out of these 2, how many are having even HTF confluence? Let us verify. So in the demand zone confluence, something wrong I am doing. Oh, sorry, yeah. This is the, actually I am looking here. Here already we set 15 minutes demand zone and 75 minutes demand zone confluence. One filter is enabled. Next one, 15 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. 3 filters. This is the first one, second and third. These 3 filters are enabled. That is 75 minutes, 15 minutes and daily. All 3 zone confluence. So none of the stocks are having LTF, ITF, HTF zone confluence. Look into the search strategy. We said daily 75, daily 15 and 75 minutes 15. All 3 zone confluence together. Okay. So this is bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame is 15 minutes. Entry zone is supply zone. And in bullish or bearish trade setup, At 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bearish. And zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score 12. And also 15 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. So with these filters, we got 20 stocks. All these stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for bearish trade setup for daily income trade. All these stocks bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes. And entry zones are supply zones. So first 15 stocks in the list. I am scrolling the list down. Total 20 stocks are filtered, which are all 20 stocks supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade, and entry time frame zones are 15 minute supply zones. All these are all 15 minute supply zones, all stocks. Okay, out of these 20 15 minute supply zones, how many are having even more high probability to get success? That we will filter based on the zone confluence. First filter is LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. And we are applying this filter on the 20 stocks. Now the list is come down to all the, no, there is no filter. All 20 are again filtered. That means in all the 20 stocks, 75 minute, 15 minute zones are overlapped with 75 minute zones. None of the stocks are filtered. Good. Okay, that means we can further look into ITF EMA confluence, because ITF trend is down in all the stocks 20, because bearish trade setup, ITF trend should always be downtrend. HTF could be sideways or downtrend, but ITF should always be downtrend. So that is the reason why. Let us verify if any of the ITF means 75 minutes supply zone is having daily EMA confluence, because 15 minute supply zone is overlapped with 75 minute supply zone. So let's go back in the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, because 15 minutes supply zone is overlapped with 75 minute supply zone. So we are checking 75 minute supply zone is having daily EMA confluence or not. So from the 20 stocks, we got only one stock. So only one 75 minute supply zone is having daily EMA confluence. So this supply zone, this is 15 minute supply zone. This is overlapped with 75 minute supply zone. That 75 minute supply zone is having daily EMA confluence. So that way this stock might be having more probability to get success. But you should not forget daily trend is sideways. See, it works. If daily trend is also downtrend, it is even more powerful. That is what I am trying to say. But that is as per the strategy, this is okay. Next, we will look into LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence supported stocks. Earlier, without this filter, we have LTF and ITF supply zone confluence, right? We set this 15 minutes and 75 minutes. With this filter, we got 20 stocks. So we got 20. Out of these 20, now we can further filter based on HTF supply zone confluence. So total 3 filters we have to set. First filter is already enabled. Next, second filter, 15 minute supply zone with daily supply zone Confluence. Third filter, 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone Confluence. So with all the 3 filters enabled, that means 15 minutes, 75 minutes daily supply zone should overlap with each other. So we got 6 stocks. So in these 6 stocks, these 15 minute supply zones are overlapped with 75 minute supply zone. Both together again overlapped with daily supply zone. But daily trend is down in only one stock. If this stock is having daily supply zone with daily EMA Confluence, then this overlapped 15 minute supply zone might be having more high probability to get success. So let's filter. In the EMA Confluence, at a daily time frame, we are checking daily supply zone is having daily EMA Confluence or not. Sorry, we didn't filter with sideways, right? Sideways, we should not use daily with sideways trend. So that's why in the trend on daily time frame, I'm setting the filter as a downtrend because it is bearish trade setup. Now you won't get any stocks. We don't have any stocks. Earlier 2 stocks are trend is a sideways trend on daily. You already land EMA Confluence should not be used with sideways trend. Okay, this is bearish trade setup for daily income trade. If you have any doubts, always look into search strategy. Any mistakes we make, we can identify from the search strategy. Check entry zone is supply zone. First of all, entry time frame is 15 minutes. Zone achievement VOZ. Minimum order enhancer score 12. See, bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes, we selected bearish. So 15 minutes should always be our entry time frame. So it is matched. And also zone violation trend should be downtrend in bearish trade setup on a daily time frame. This is HTF. And zone confluence LTF, ITF, HTF. That is daily 75, daily 15 minutes and 75 minutes, 15 minutes. And EMA confluence also on daily time frame. So daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence. This is pierced. Zone should not be pierced, 15 minute zone. So everything is perfect. So that means at present we don't have any stocks matching this condition. Okay. So this is a bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Next we will look into hourly income trade supported stocks. For hourly income trade, bullish trade setup, entry time frame 5 minutes, entry zone is demand zone, and bullish or bearish trade setup at 5 minutes, I am selecting bullish, and zone achievement VOZ and minimum order enhancer score 12, and 5 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 5 minutes, minimum value 5 minutes, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 4 stocks. These 4 are supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Let us check high probability based on zone confluence. First filter is 5 minutes and 15 minutes demand zone confluence. We got 3 stocks. Let us check out of these 3 any 15 minutes demand zone having EMA confluence, daily EMA. No stocks are available. So next let us look into LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. That is 15 minutes, 75 minutes and 5 minutes. Already first one is enabled. Next 5 minutes with 75 minutes and 15 minutes with 75 minutes. With all the 3 filters, we got 1 stock. And trend is sideways, no need to check EMA, it won't give any advantage. Next we will look into bearish trade setup for hourly income trade, entry time frame 5 minutes, entry zone, supply zone, bullish or bearish at 5 minutes, I am selecting bearish, zone achievement VOZ, and minimum odd enhanced score 12. And the 5-minute supply zone should not be pierced. In the pierced count, 5 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 18 stocks. So first 15 stocks in the list, scrolling the list down. So total 18 stocks we got. We can further filter based on this zone confluence. Supply zone confluence, 5-minute supply zone with 15-minute supply zone confluence. We got 14 stocks. Let's check any EMA confluence is there. At 15 minutes time frame, 15-minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence. We don't have any stocks. Now let's check LTF, ITF, HTF zone confluence supported stocks. 5 minutes, 15 already enabled. Next 5 minutes and 75 minutes zone confluence. 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 8 stocks. Okay, out of these 8, all trend is downtrend. Let us check any 75-minute zone with daily EMA confluence. 75-minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Don't have any stocks. So with this, we have generated all the income trade reports, and in the final report, let us generate stop buffers based on daily ATR. First 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. Let us filter the stocks. Scrolling the list down, any stock you want to refer, pause the video. Let me scroll. I'm sorry, I realized I forgot to generate daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones and also stocks near demand and supply zones. So let us generate those reports. Starting with the yearly time frame. Price closed inside the yearly demand zone. We got 4 stocks. Next, price closed inside the yearly supply zones. We don't have any stocks. Next time frame is a half yearly. Stocks near half yearly demand zone. We got 1 stock. Next, stocks near half yearly supply zone. We got 1 stock. Next, stock price closed inside the half yearly demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Next, price closed inside the half yearly supply zone. We got 3 stocks. Next time frame is quarterly. Stocks near quarterly demand zone. We got 2 stocks. Next, stocks near quarterly supply zone. We got 3 stocks. Next, price closed inside the quarterly demand zone. First 23 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 32 stocks are filtered. We can further filter based on quarterly demand zone having quarterly EMA confluence. Quarterly demand zone having quarterly EMA confluence filter is enabled. At the same time, the trend on the quarterly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. With these filters, we got 19 stocks. Next, quarterly time frame. Price closed inside the quarterly supply zone. We got 8 stocks. Let us verify how many quarterly supply zones are having quarterly EMA confluence. And trend on the quarterly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. We got 3 stocks. Okay. So this is about quarterly time frame. Next time frame is monthly. Stocks near monthly demand zone. We got 9 stocks. Next, stocks near monthly supply zone. We got 8 stocks. Next, price closed inside the monthly demand zone. First 18 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. So total 43 stocks are filtered. Out of these 43, how many are having EMA confluence? That is monthly demand zone having monthly EMA confluence. Let us filter. And also the trend on the monthly should not be sideways. Can be up or down. We got 19 stocks out of 53. Next, monthly time frame. Price closed inside the monthly supply zone. We got 13 stocks. Out of these 13, how many are having ITF supplies? EMA confluence. That is monthly supply zone with monthly EMA confluence out of these 13 stocks. So I'm setting the filter monthly supply zone with monthly EMA confluence. At the same time, trend on the monthly should not be sideways. Can be up or down. Out of 13, 8 stocks are filtered. So this is about monthly time frame. Next time frame is excuse me. Okay, next time frame is weekly. Stocks near weekly demand zone. We got 5 stocks. Next, stocks near weekly supply zone. We got 26 stocks. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. 26. Okay, next. Price closed inside the weekly demand zone. We got a big list. First 16 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. So total 61 stocks are filtered. Out of these 61, how many weekly demand zones are having weekly EMA confluence? Let us filter. In the EMA confluence at weekly, Checking weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. We got 12 stocks. Next, weekly time frame. Price closed inside the weekly supply zone. First 16 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. So total 26 stocks are filtered. Out of these 26, how many are having again EMA confluence? Weekly supply zone with weekly EMA confluence. Let us set that filter. And also trend on the weekly should not be sideways. Can be up or down. With these filters, we got 11 stocks. So this is about weekly time frame, and the next time frame is a daily. Entry time frame daily, let us find the stocks near to the daily demand zone. We got 8 stocks. Out of these 8, how many are we are having high liquidity daily demand zones? Let us identify. Majority are PRs. We don't have any. This is also PRs, low priority. Majority are, I think almost all are PRs demand zones. We don't have any high liquidity daily demand zone from this list. All are PRs demand zones. Okay, next. For daily time frame, let us find the stocks near to the daily supply zone. We got 12 stocks. Let us identify high liquidity daily supply zones from this list. Exide Industries is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. Havels is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. ITC is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. That's it. We identified 3 daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. Okay, next. Price closed inside the daily demand zone. We got a big list, first 15 stocks in the list. I am scrolling the list down. So total 44 stocks are filtered. Okay. Out of these 44, how many daily demand zones are having daily EMA confluence? Let us further filter. And also trend on the daily should not be sideways. It can be up or down. 6 stocks are filtered. Some zones, PR search zones, you can apply PR search zone strategies also on those stocks. Okay, next. Price closed inside the daily supply zone. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. So total 35 stocks are filtered. Out of these 35, how many daily supply zones are having daily EMA Confluence? Let us filter. The EMA Confluence at a daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA Confluence filter is enabled. At the same time, trend on the daily also should not be sideways, it can be up or down. So 11 stocks are filtered. Okay, this is about the daily time frame. Next time frame is 125 minutes. Stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. We got 11 stocks. Next, stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. First 15 stocks in the list. So total 22 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Let us find the stocks near to the 75 minutes demand zone. We got 13 stocks. Let us identify 75 minutes demand zones from this list. Indus Towers is having a 75 minutes high liquidity demand zone. TI India is having a high liquidity zone. Torrent Pharma is having a high liquidity demand zone. We have identified 3 high liquidity 75 minutes demand zones from this list. Okay, next, for 75 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near to the 75 minutes supply zone. So total we got 18 stocks. Let us identify high liquidity 75 minutes supply zones from this list. First, oil and gas NIFTY that we can use in F&O. It is an indices not listed in F&O. Okay. M&M Finance is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. Max Health is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. Power Grid is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. Reliance is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. So total we identified 4 75 minutes high liquidity supply zones from this list. 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So with this we have completed identification of daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones. Next time frame is 25 minutes. Stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. We got 12 stocks. Next, stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. We got 8 stocks. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. We got 7 stocks. Let us identify the zone confluence. Supported stocks, that is 5 minutes and 15 minutes 15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone confluence, because entry time frame is 15 minutes, right? So we got 3 stocks. That means these 15 minutes demand zones are overlapped with 75 minutes demand zones. Okay, next, 15 minutes time frame. Stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. We got 11 stocks. Let us further filter based on 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. Six stocks are filtered. This is a pierced zone. 8 times it is pierced. Interesting. Check any below any LOTL zone or traps are available. Okay, next time frame is 5 minutes. Stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. We got 5 stocks. Let us filter based on zone confluence. 5 minutes and 15 minutes demand zone confluence. Three stocks are filtered. And this is pierced 3 times. Next, 5 minutes time frame. Stocks near 5 minutes supply zone. We got 7 stocks. Let us further filter based on zone confluence. That is 5 minutes and 15 minutes supply zone confluence. So no stocks are available, zone confluence. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let us all meet again in our next video. Thank you.